Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com, here with your Tuesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, 30-minute chart of the E-mini, and I sent this chart out last night. It'll be coming out this morning with the pivot report, and that you should expect that every morning about 8:30. You can see over here on the left side. Here's the 68. That's the all-time high. That's from Thursday. Friday's high is a lower high. Monday, another lower high. So you got 3 consecutive lower highs. So there's some encouraging signs out there that the bears might be able to pull back this market a little. Yesterday was pretty typical with what we've seen in RTH for the last week to week and a half. A decent drop, a really nice pop, and then the market went absolutely nowhere in the afternoon. You can see this here. So from a bullish perspective, they moved the market. They had the 3 a.m. pop off the Europe Open that couldn't take out the Friday high. We then go down and we do the 52.75 low. We come up here to 62. And at that point, it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. So the bulls basically had 5 hours. 5 hours to do 6 handles. 5 hours to take out 68, and they simply couldn't do it. It was a pretty sloppy way that they didn't do it. I'm sure that the bears would much rather preferred heading straight down. They came up and made a little bit of a higher low here, 62.5 in the last hour. Then they sold it off again. Chopped it and then down and down. Now I pointed out in the same chart last night the S2 area, which has been very reliable over the last 4 to 6 months, and there's people in the room that follow it all the time because it's a great area to play a bounce. It's also had some really nice fails, but it's mostly good for bounces. That's lined up within half of a handle with the weekly pivot at 2147.80. Okay, that sets up a potential support zone, or at a minimum, a zone that really, really typically you would see tested. So the fact that we've come down and made a lower low in the overnight, the fact that we're not seeing Europe running in to buy this thing, as we've seen so much over the last 2 weeks, this area here is going to act as a magnet. It should get hit today. The real issue becomes what happens after we get there. What the bulls would like to do is have all the dip buyers come in, establish weekly pivot as support with a full-on test, and then go. The bears would like to break it and convert it to resistance. Establishing it as support will be a heck of a lot easier than converting it to resistance. Okay. So a lot of this is about perspective. If you have a bearish lean, you're saying to yourself, well, we've made 3 consecutive lower highs. This, tops, play out slowly. This is a process. This is what, we're seeing. And that may be the reality. If that's the reality, you break weekly pivot and you hold it as resistance. If you're a bull, you're saying, well, we've come up so far. You've got to give us a break. So we've turned around for 2 or 3 days. The market's a coiled spring now. They can't get through 51.52. If we go down a weekly pivot, we'll definitely hold it and we'll bounce it from there, and that will be fuel enough to take us to new all-time highs. I think both of those cases are true. Who is going to end up being right is going to get borne out by price, and I think it's going to be borne out by price and how price reacts to 47.48. So that's the number one thing I was looking at yesterday, was whether or not 64.75 was going to hold. It did. The number one thing I'm looking for today is what are weekly pivots' true intentions. Okay. So expect the pivot report this morning about 8:30. And I will catch everybody tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Check us out on Twitter. Follow us at Princeton Trader. Check out the website, PrincetonTrader.com. Next Wednesday, the 27th of July, I'm going to do my first webinar / Q&A, 5 p.m. So keep an eye out for the sign up for that. And I will catch everybody tomorrow morning. Trade them well, everybody.